Hi, I'm Jennifer Cooper with JKC Mobile Notary, and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to talk about how to end and unpack your workday, especially for those of you who work from home. So let's get to it. Hi, I'm Jen from JKC Mobile Notary. I'm so glad that you're here today. Today I'm going to talk about a topic that I find incredibly interesting for those of us that work from home, and it's how to end and unpack your day. This is easier to do when you work in an office and you leave for the day, right? But when you're at home and you have a desk in your house or you're working on your dining room table or whatever, it can be tricky to put an end to your day. So I want to talk about that today and get into some of the tips and advice from some really reliable sources. Also, in this video, I'm going to give you a little tour of my planner. I use the, what planner do I use? The Full Focus Planner, by Michael Hyatt. I want to walk you through it to show you how I help this, planner helps me not just get through my day and end my day, but it has really special tools that will help me do that. So that's coming up in this video. So let's just get started, okay? I don't want to be super distracted. Of course, I wrote a blog post about this. I will link that down below, as well as links to Michael Hyatt's Full Focus Planner. I'm going to be talking about Mel Robbins' 5-second rule today, and a couple other links for you. They'll all be in the description down below. Okay, so you work from home, right? I work from home, and during COVID and the shutdown, everybody worked from home for the most part. In my industry, I know a lot of escrow agents work from home, a lot of title officers work from home, a lot of loan processors work from home. So working from home was a thing. It's becoming much more a thing as we go forward, as companies have realized that, hey, we can get work done without the overhead of an office building. And I'm going to stop. If you guys can hear animal noises behind me, I do live on 2 acres. There's a herd of sheep and goats that live next door. And about this time of day, they start getting kind of antsy, and so they start making a lot of noise. So forgive me. But okay, so we work from home. So how do you end your workday? I mean, do you have a set time that you shut everything down and walk away and it's done? Do you unplug your phone? Do you disconnect? How do you end your workday? And why is it important to do that? So, what caused me to pay attention to this and what caused me to look this up and do some research about this was my own issues. My own issues with being at my desk until midnight, doing things that didn't have to be done at midnight. They could have been done the next day. And constantly checking my emails or constantly responding to requests, and constant thing. As a brand spanking new notary, I never shut it off. I was taking jobs in the middle of the night, not going to jobs in the middle of the night, but taking appointments in the middle of the night. So, and I didn't have a good shutdown. And that, among other things, led to some issues for me. But what helped me kind of realize it was a problem was my Full Focus Planner by Michael Hyatt. Again, air conditioning noises. I'm sorry. Okay, I shut that off. Hopefully the goats and the sheep will be quiet for a little while so we can continue to go through this video. Okay, a couple things for me and what helps me focus on my mastering my schedule so it doesn't master me is the Full Focus Planner, like I said. But I also, with that, use my Miracle Morning from Hal Elrod. Okay, so I'm going to tell you about how I manage my evening shutdown routine, and then we'll stop and I'm going to walk you through the planner because I want you to see what I'm talking about. In the planner, it has what he calls daily rituals. These are quarterly planners, and every quarter you get to start over. I love that, by the way. You can start over goals that we didn't quite hit or adjust things or whatever. But and so what I do for my evening, like shutdown to shutdown, I never even thought of that term until I saw what's your work shutdown schedule. I was like, I don't have one. So developing one has been a little bit of a process for me. So let me tell you what I do. These little daily rituals. There's a morning routine, there's a work start of your day routine, there's a work shutdown routine, and there's an evening routine that you kind of map out in here. I'm going to talk to you about my end of work routine. And I'm just going to go through, there's 12 spots. It's structured like a to-do list, and you'll see that in a minute. And the things that I do as part of my shutdown routine, and this is tweaked all the time, right? And every day is different. I might have a job at 8:00 at night. So when I'd like to shut down my day is somewhere around 6. It doesn't always happen. So no matter what time I get back to my desk, these are the things that I do to shut down my day. So here we go. Number 1, I update tomorrow's schedule. I love doing this the night before because when I do it, it's just one more task that is off my brain so I can sleep at night, right? And it just takes all that those to-do thoughts out of my head. I migrate my unfinished to-dos. So this goes in hand with tomorrow's to-do list, in that some of the tasks that would have been uncompleted tasks from the day before, I move to the next day, if that makes sense. I review my goals. In the beginning of the front of this planner, you're going to see a spot for all of your goals, and I make sure I look at it every single evening. It helps keep them front of mind, right? And this entire planner is about taking your goals from thought to completion. So I love this planner. So, okay. I print my next day documents. If I'm doing a loan signing, or like I have a general notice signing that I'm doing tomorrow that I printed last night, it's just sitting on my desk ready to go. I get all that done if I have them, because it takes another step away from having to do it in the morning, and it just makes my day go smoother. Then I clean my desk. I also do a little bit of email cleanup, right? I have a system for my email, and I'll probably do a video about this at some point, about how I mitigate the onslaught of emails and how I get through them quickly, so I'm not spending all day doing it. I do that at night, and I kind of move things around to specific folders based on what they need, so that when I wake up in the morning, I'd love it if my email box was empty, but it never is. But it's less chaotic than it was the night before. Okay, then I clean my desk. I take everything off my desk. I wipe down the table. I clean things up. I put things away. I clean my desk. I love coming to a clean workspace. And then I shut off. I shut off my computer. I close my planner. I close everything up. I turn off the light and I walk away. Like I said before, this is not always at the time of day I'd like it to be, but it's always the step I try to take before I head into my evening routine, which includes a lot of things, but we're not talking about that today. So now that I've told you about the daily rituals, let's take a break and we'll go into taking a look at this planner. I'll be back soon. Okay, here we are. This is the Full Focus Planner by Michael Hyatt. Please forgive me, I've never done overhead shots or voiceovers, so let's just see how this goes. Okay, this is a quarterly undated planner that is goal focused. So one of the first pages here at the front is going to be a annual goal sheet, so you can list all of your annual goals. You can assign them a quarter, what quarter you want to achieve them by. And then all of the following pages will be breaking down those goals, so all the goal detail. Like you'll do your goal summary, and then you'll list if there's a achievement goal or habit goal. You'll list the domain in which it goes into, key motivations, next steps, if there's a reward, and then down at the bottom is a habit tracker if it's a habit goal. And there are 12 of these pages, I believe. So if you've got more than 12 goals in a year, that's a lot. Okay, then we get to the monthly pages. All 3 of the months are at the front of the planner, undated. What I use this now for is listing my appointments that I've done, not planning ahead. I list just so I can keep track of all of the appointments I've done in a month. It's actually quite helpful. So then, yeah, there's 3 of these. There's also a side for major projects for that month. I really like that. And then we get into rolling quarters. There are 3 month spots on each quarter and dated all the way to the 31st. So it allows you to do important dates, birthdays, anniversaries, things like that. You can plan ahead for the whole year. And here we are in our daily rituals. There are 4 of these. So there's the morning ritual and the workday startup ritual. That's fun. And then our workday shutdown ritual, which is what we're here for. And then our evening ritual. So there are, I think, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, there's 12 spots here to list out the steps you're going to take for your shutdown. It gives you a lot of time and total time here on the right. So yeah, let me see if I can show you my current planner. This one I'm showing you is next quarter's. I'm just slowly moving into it. So this quarter that we're really at the beginning of, here we go. Okay, this is my current shutdown. This is add deferred tasks and schedule next day, clean up inbox, and close computer and clean desk. Not as detailed as I told you before, but I am working on it. Okay, so there's that. I love this section of the planner. Okay. This is your ideal week. This is where you kind of plan out how you'd like your week to look. So for me, because my morning routines are the same every day, I just kind of highlight that out and write that out the top. And then the end of day at the bottom. And then you just kind of plan how you want your week to look. The dogs are barking, but now I think we've calmed them down. Okay, ideal week. And then we move into the beginning of the first week in the new planner. And it has a place for key projects. And it starts you off on your weekly big 3. These are going to show up every week. It's a space for you to bring your goals in through the rest of your quarter, right? So your major big 3 should tie into your goals. And you're going to see this at the end of every week. Okay, so then after you've done that, you move into your week. So this is your first day. And you'll see at the top here, you have 3 daily goals, and those should tie into your weekly big 3. And then a checklist of all your rituals, has a scheduling place, a place for a to-do list, and then the notes page, which I find incredibly valuable. Also, when you take notes in this planner, there's an index at the back that lets you find the notes that you've taken throughout the quarter. Okay, at the end of the week, there's a week preview. This is fantastic. It helps you just sit down and go over your week and see how you did. So it has you list your biggest wins. It has you rate how you did on your weekly big 3. What worked, what didn't, and just has you kind of really reflect on your week. Then it has a list of things that you should do, like move your things over, and it gives you a space to plan your personal and professional things that you want to accomplish next week. I love this page because this is where I create my daily big 3s in advance, and it helps me just plan out my week and kind of give me an idea of the direction I'm going. And then this is your next week's weekly big 3. And then it has a little self-care planner here where you can work out things that will give you better sleep, eating, all of that kind of stuff. And then you move into your next day or next week. At the end of the planner, there's your index, by the way, for your note-taking. It tells you what page. But at the end of the planner, you have another weekly preview, but you have a quarterly preview, which is basically an extended version of the weekly preview to review the quarter as you move into a new quarter. So same kind of questions here, just a little bit more extensive, just kind of breaking down, making you think about the things that you've done. And then as you work in, they have this checklist. The first thing is to work in your life plan. I'm still working on my life plan. I don't know if you have one, and the rest of these is just to review the things that you did last quarter and tweak them if they need to be tweaked for the coming quarter. It's the best part of having a quarterly planner. And then there's a couple notes pages. And yeah, that's the full focus planner. I love it. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Okay, so another link that's part of my blog and that I want to share with you is from a website called Memory AI. And the title of the article is Workday Shutdown Rituals, 7 Great Ways to End the Day. What I shared with you about my workday shutdown kind of encapsulates 2 of their points, which is gathering outstanding tasks, requests, and questions, and prioritizing and sketching out the next day. Kind of what I do. They've got a bunch of other tips, but One of my favorites is reset your digital workspace. And we talked about that a little bit with my email. Okay, so the remaining steps in their article is enjoy a quick win. So knocking out one or more easy tasks so they don't follow you to the next day. That's where printing documents comes into play, right? Take stock of your achievement. As you're pulling together all the stuff that you have to do the next day, take a look at what you accomplished today, right? I think this is a forgotten thing. If you got up in the morning and you hit any of your marks that you wanted to hit, congratulations, and celebrate that a little bit. It's a good time to do that. Set an evening intention. I don't do this because I have an evening routine and my intention's already set for the most part. Unless I'm having a very crazy, mean, bad day, I don't need that step for me. And then perform a ritual action. This is kind of like cleaning my desk and putting everything away is kind of my ritual action. Does that make sense? Maybe for you, it's shutting your laptop and putting it away and putting the dining room table back together. Maybe it's taking off your glasses and setting. It could be 100 different things for you that but it's important that you shut down your day, because if we take work with us everywhere we go, it completely disrupts the balance of our work and living lives, right? Our work-life balance is out of whack. Noise is back there. I have a blog about that too, and that will be in upcoming videos of work-life balance, but that's where that becomes a problem, is if we can't shut it down. So I want to also talk to you a little bit about Mel Robbins. I'm reading her 5-second rule book right now. I'm a few years behind the trend, but it's fantastic. She has a note in there about something you can do in the morning when you get up. She has her own morning routine. Her 5-second rule is 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get up. When the alarm goes off, she goes in and she brushes her teeth. And while she's doing that, she thinks about her day a little bit. I can't start my day like that because I would go mad. I need the thoughts out of my head before I even go to bed, and I don't even have to worry about them when I wake up. But what she suggests you do is pick a quit time in the morning. Pick a quit time that's going to work for you in the morning. If you've done all of these things, then you should already kind of know your schedule. The truth is, my schedule can change in a minute because I am a mobile notary. I operate a service-based business. So I might have things on my schedule, but I didn't have the phone call I have today at 2 o'clock this morning on my schedule, and I didn't have the signing that I have tomorrow on my schedule. So things happen during the day, but set a quit time. I still can take those appointments because they're within my quit time. My quit time today is 6:30. I have an appointment at 6. It's not going to take very long, and then I have personal things that I have to do at 7 and 8. So I hope that this helps a little bit. I think that if I was having a problem with this, I'm sure a lot of people are having a problem with this. I try not to check my emails once I leave my desk. I try not to check social media once I leave my desk if I can, except I have a big problem with going to bed watching TikTok. We're not going to get into it, but it's a thing. But that's it. I hope that you found this helpful. And again, all the links of everything I've talked about is down in the description box, as well as where you can find me, how you can get a hold of me. And I am just thrilled that you're here, and I'm excited about this YouTube journey that we're going on together, and I hope that you'll come back next week for another video. Thanks so much. Have a good day. Bye.